Hey guys, it's Jasper again, and we're going to be continuing our Munchkin playthrough, our Munchkin sample game. So right now let's look at what's happening. So, player 1 to the left has North Pole, which gives you +5, and it's two-handed, 600 gold pieces. The Singing Dancing Sword, which has no hands. Oh, by the way, you can only have 2 hands worth of items. As you can see in this one, in this item, it requires nothing. Like, you can only have 1 armor, 1 headgear, and 1 footgear, and stuff like that. But you can have 2 hands, as everyone has 2 hands. But there are also items like Coat of Arms, which give you more hands, which you can use. And then, okay, let's continue with the, player 1 has the Super Munchkin Thief, and he is an elf. He's also level 1, and in his hand he has a gnome, elf, super munchkin, and cleric. So that's going to be player 1, player 2, and I think it was player 2's turn this time. Player 2 has a bard. He's a bard. He has a wizard hireling, which, let me just read what a bard does. In Thrall, in combat on your turn, you may discard a card and select a rival. Each of you rolls a dice. If the rival beats he must help you and cannot ask for a reward. If you fail, you must discard again and try on another to throw another rival, continuing until you succeed, give up, or run out of cards or opponents. You may not win the game with this ability. Bardic Luck. When you win a combat on your turn, draw 1 extra treasure. Look at all of them and immediately discard 1, your choice. So that's pretty good. And he's got a wizard hireling, a siege engine, a rat on a stick. For those of you who don't know, a siege engine, you don't have to ride in a siege engine at the beginning of a turn. So if you do ride in the siege engine, then you can't have the other things. But if you choose not to ride, then you can have the other things. So it's your choice. And he also has a chicken steed with press on wings. And in his hand he has warrior, wandering monster, and Luna steed chow? No, it doesn't matter. So, and he is level 3. So I believe it was player 2's turn, so let's get right into it. So he's gonna start off by kicking down, he's gonna put Steed Chow in his backpack. So now he's gonna kick down the door. So he's gonna draw 1 card, face up for everyone to see, and it's a Ooze with Oozy, more slime, gross, +3 against elves. On the other hand, it looks yummy to orcs, +3 against orcs, -3 against orcs. Discard your slimy, shot up armor. So now it's level 4. So let's look at player 2's combat level. So he has 2 +4 +1 +3 he's gonna choose to not ride with in the siege engine, because then you can't. Assuming player 1 has some monster enhancers, which can make the ooze with an Uzi defeat him, then he can use his rat on a stick to escape automatic. Oh wait, no, doesn't really matter, because he has a chicken steed. But he's just gonna do that, it doesn't really matter. So he's gonna beat it, since the ooze with the Uzi only is level 4. And player 2 has 3, 10, 12... He's 15 attack, so that's a lot of attack. Wait, let me do that again. No, I think he did something wrong. No, he only has 12 attack. Never mind. So he's 12 attack, which is still a lot more than the Uzi. So, the ooze with an Uzi. So let's look at player 1. Can he do anything? No, he can't. You can use his Thief's ability to discard 1 card to -2 to, player 2, but that won't help anyway. So player 2 defeats the ooze with an Uzi, gets 2 treasures, and levels up once more. So let's go. So he got a gnome suit, usable by gnomes only. Maybe worn over all other armor, but if something makes you lose your armor, you lose it all. And also the occasionally reliable amulet. When a curse hits you, roll a dice. On 1 or 3, the curse takes effect, and the amulet is discarded. On 4 or 6, the curse is blocked, and the curse is blocked and discard the curse. On a 6, you also go up a level. So that's a really nice item. So he's gonna equip both. He's gonna put this in his backpack. So he has all of this, and frankly, he doesn't really need the siege unit anymore, since he has both the Random Stick and Mithril Armor, which is the same bonus, but also it's also for the siege unit it's two-handed and big, while the Random Stick only requires one hand, and Mithril Armor is big. So you're basically losing one hand, and you don't get the Random Stick special ability if you use that. So what he's going to do is he's going to sell it. So he has no need for the gnome suit, nor does he have a need for the siege engine. So since both of these add up together, 700 plus 600 equals 1,300. The gold value and the bottom. This is 700, this is 600. The gold values add up to over 1,000, so you can sell both of these. You don't go like, it's not like you can sell something right now to get 100 gold pieces. No, you have to sell items together to get 1,000. If you sell items together to get 1,900, you only get one level. So if you get 1,000 gold pieces worth of items, you get one level. So he's going to sell both of these. Then you discard pile, and he goes up another level. So now, player 2 is really winning the game. He's basically snowballing, as I would call it. And so he has nothing really to do. So he's going to end his turn. He has a wandering monster and a warrior. It's now player 1's turn. So player 1 is gonna, let's look at his hand. He got a gnome. That gnomic suit would be pretty good on him. He has an elf, a super munchkin, and a cleric. So if the player 1, no. So he has nothing to do, so he's gonna kick down the door, and he finds a big fat hairy Dale. A munchkin now of your party. Slay him. He takes your dice. Next time you roll dice, the player tells you what you roll. So yeah. So player 1 can easily defeat this guy. He's level 1 with 5 and 2, so he has 8 attack. Well, not easily. So let's see what player 2 can do. He has a wandering monster. The only problem is that he has no monsters, so he really can't do anything to disrupt player 1. Player 1's going to easily defeat the big fat hairy Dale, and in turn get 2 treasures as well as a level, boosting him to level 2. Whoops. Okay, so player 1 is level 2, player 2 is level 5. So let's look what he got. He got a Deus Ex machine gun. Play during any combat, you have pleased the gods, and they show their appreciation by killing all the monsters, very messily. However, the gods also take the treasures and the levels. You may not loot the room. So if player 2 is about to kill a monster and get levels and treasures, you can just use player 1 can just use Deus Ex machine gun, kill the monsters. No one gets any specials, and he also gets a blessed, which can be placed on any item that gives you a combat bonus to get also +2. So I can make either a blessed North Pole or a blessed singing and dancing sword. In this case, I'm going to do the singing and dancing sword because the North Pole requires 2 hands. So if I have something else and it's big, so if something makes me lose a big item or something that requires hands, or I have bonuses that give me was only one-handed and +5, such as the staff and napalm or stuff like that, then the North Pole really becomes useless. But with the singing and dancing sword, it's virtually you can use it virtually anywhere since it doesn't take any. It's not big, nor does it require anything. So he killed a monster. He's level 2. He is done with his turn. He has 5 cards in his hand, which is perfect. You can't have more than 5. So he has cleric, elf, super munchkin, gnome, and Deus Ex machine gun. So he's gonna go back to player 2. He's gonna end his turn. Now it's player 2's turn again. Player 2 is gonna start off by kicking down the door once again, and he gets the first monster enhancer of the game. It's called Brood. +10 the monster. Play during combat. The monster is surrounded by its loathsome off screen. They do not count as separate creatures. If the monster is defeated, draw 2 extra treasures. So, if player 1 is fighting a monster and he can beat it, player 2 can just be like, nope, he is a brood monster. Plus 10 a monster. But if player 1 manages to defeat it, he gets 2 treasures instead. So player 2 might be like, alright, well, this guy's level 1 and I'm level 15. But he'll only get 1 treasure. So if he uses brood on that monster, then he'll get 2 extra treasures. So it can be used against an enemy, and it can also be used in your favor. So it's a real nice item. Now he can loot the room and look for trouble. He does not have a monster, so he's going to loot the room. He gets a level 12 Krampus. The Krampus eats the bad little girls and boys. That would be you, but you automatically kill him if you're nice. You're dead. Happy holidays, kiddies. So this gets in his hand, and if someone else is fighting a Santa monster, he can just place this down and immediately make it fight him. So that's good, monster, and he's gonna end his turn since he has nothing else to do since he just looted his room. Now it's player 1's turn once again. So player 1 is gonna kick down the door, and he finds curse, fly paper floors. The curse affects everyone for the rest of the game, unless neutralized by a wishing ring. So it's going to affect everyone in the game, not just player 1. But the thing about player 2 is that he has a wishing ring, he can cancel. Oh, wait. Oh, so he has to roll a dice. Player 2 has to roll a dice since it affects him also. 3. So it breaks the amulet. The amulet is now gone. The amulet is now gone. And so since it was 1 or 3, it broke the amulet, and it doesn't work anymore. So player 1 could be like, I'll use this wishing ring, okay? I'll use it to cancel everyone. But as you notice, he has the chicken steed, and the chicken steed's special ability is it flees from it. Your runaway attempt is automatically successful, and he also has +1 wings too, which give him +1 to run away. But that's besides the point. So no matter what happens, even if it's -1 to run away, he's still going to get away. So he's not going to do that, because it's only theoretically, it's going to affect everyone, but in real life, like, virtually, it's only going to affect player 1, since player 2 could run away no matter what. So now, player 2 is going to loot the room, since he does not have any monsters in his hand. And he gets a level 11 pterodactyl. He puts this in his hand, and it says, +5 against tender, yummy halflings. He picks up and drops you from great height. Yes, in a dungeon. Don't argue. Discard your whole hand or all your smart items. Your choice. So now he has 6 cards in his hands. So he has to do what we call charity. Now, since he's the lowest level, charity, he just discards stuff. So he's gonna be like, oh, I already have an elf. So what's the point? Wait, no, since now he has a monster in his hand, the gnome will help him out. So he's not going to be an elf anymore. He's going to be a gnome instead. Now he has 5 cards in his hand. Perfect amount. So let's just see what a gnome does. If you're fighting a monster and he's going to beat you, gnome can discard the pterodactyl to get +11 in combat, which is just a great ability, since the pterodactyl is level 11. So that's just a great ability. You can only do it once, though, but it's overall a great ability. So that's going to be the end of player 1's turn. It is now player 2's turns once more. And he has the Cramulus, Brood, Warning Monster, and a Warrior. So let's kick down the door. So player 2 kicks on the door. He finds a level 6 Polyhedron. So normally we kill it, but since the so now player 2 is gonna be like, alright, well, I can kill this even if I use. Wait, can he? Yeah, even if I use the Brood, I can still kill this guy. So it's level 12. Player 2 is 19. Player 2 is 19, so he can still beat it. So he get 3 treasures if he beats it in 1 level. But now he doesn't know that player 1 has this, so he just did that. But player 1 has the SX machine gun. So now it destroys all the monsters in combat. No one gets any treasures or anything. Combat is over. He found a monster when he was kicking on the door, so That's the end of his turn. So basically ended his turn, the Deus Ex Machine Gun. And that's just a testimony to how good it is. So that's going to be all for player 1. He's going to have to end his turn. It is now player 2's turn once again. Player 1's turn. No, yeah, player 2 just ended his turn. And now player 1's turn. Sorry. So he has Super Munchkin, Cleric, and Elf, and Petrodactyl. Never mind. Sorry. Petrodactyl. Okay, so he's going to kick down the door. Place it face up for everyone to see, and it's a undead horse, level 4. This is from the original Munchkin box game. So it was part of one of their original 162 cards. No, 168 cards. You can check by down here. Normally there'd be something right here. Like for example, this Petrodactyl. As you can see, there's a sign right there. That means it was from Unnatural Acts, the second expansion set, because it marks everything. So, for example, this Wizard Hireling was from Need for Steed, since it has a different mark. So you can tell what it's from. And this one has nothing. Undead Host has nothing, and therefore it was from the original game. So, player 2 can defeat it easily. Player 1 already wasted his brood, but he can. Here's what's really funny. He can use the Cramulus to kill player 1. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to use Cramulus. He's going to wander in. He's going to use Wandering Monster. And so he's going to summon the Cramulus to also fight player 1. So now the player 1 has to fight an undead horse as well as a Cramulus. So it's 2 monsters. So how do you fight that? Well, you add up their combat level. There's 16. And then you have to you can defeat one and try to run away from one. So he is level he's a blessed. He's level 2 plus 4 plus 5. He's level 11. So that's not enough to even defeat the Cramulus. So what he's going to do, he's going to defeat the undead horse, and then he's going to attempt to run away from the Cramulus. Now, there's only one problem here. It's that he has the 5-4 papers, but he's also... Oh, no, he's not an elf anymore. Oh, wait. Yeah, I forgot something. He can use the Petrodactyl. Now, since player 2 doesn't even knew he had a Petrodactyl, since he looted it, he can use it. Now he gets plus 11 in combat, so he's enough to defeat both of these guys. So player 2 can't do anything. So that's going to be a major turn in the game. He's going to get 2 levels as well as 5 treasures, which is just amazing. So he gets 5 treasures. That's 5, perfect. And he has a bag of culprits. You can sprinkle on the floor to discourage pursuit, plus 1 to run away. This is not a one-shot item. He has a garage sale. Play this item as soon as you get it, or anytime later when it's your turn. Choose 1 card and discard it. Then dig through the discard pile and take 2 values equal of the value, each of the value equal or less than the one you discarded. Pretty balloons, plus 5 to each side. Quotient of confusion, plus 3 to either side. And unnecessary roughness, go up another level. So he gets 3 levels from this. He is now on par with player 1. This is just to see. This shows you how fast a game of Munchkin can turn around. So he's now level 5 also. And he also has all these great items. He might be even more stacked out than player 1. So he's gonna put player 1 is gonna put. Fix this real quick. He's going to put his pretty balloons, quotient of confusion, his bag of culprits in his backpack, and he's going to keep his garage sale in his hand. He now has 5 cards. And 4 cards. So he's going to end his turn now. Now it's player 1's turn. Now it's really up to player 1 to see what he can do to stop player 2. Because right now, player 2's turn to see what he can do to stop player 1. Because right now, player 1 has a ton of extra damage. He can do plus 8 to either side using his pretty balloons and quotient of confusion. So player 2 is gonna kick down the door. He's really gonna need to get something here. Found a curse, exploding kneecap, so that doesn't help. Lose a level if you're wearing any item specifically on the knees, such as the knee pads of allure. Lose the item and 2 levels. Now he doesn't have anything, so he's gonna lose level, but he's going to want to keep his level since he needs to be at least on par with player 1. So player 2 is going to use his wishing ring to cancel out the curse, and thereby, canceling out the curse. So now he can either loot the room or look for trouble. He only has a warrior in his hand, so he's going to loot the room. Loots the room, and he gets the Moon Maidens. You must chalice them empty-handed. Use no weapons in this fight. They catch you, but you return unharmed, and your uncontrollable giggling causes other members to whack you. Turn your hand face up and let each player draw a card. You decide who draws first. That's all for player 2's turn. And now it's going to go back to player 1. So player 1 has Garage Sale, Super Munchkin, Cleric, and Elf. So he's going to kick down the door. He gets a barrel of monkeys. Okay, so barrel of monkeys, level 6, +2 against halflings. Easily gets easily gets defeated by player 2. It's going to go down. Player 2 now has the advantage. He gets another level, as well as getting 2 treasures. And he got a hot pepper sauce, +3 either side, or +6 to aid a halfling. So hot pepper sauce. Now he can... This is amazing. He has a ton of extra damage. You can do 11 damage to either side in any combat. And a horny helmet, which gives him +1 bonus. Horny helmet gives him a +1 bonus. But if he was an elf, he'd get a +3 bonus. So that's a shame, but gnomes are better, in my opinion. So that's the end of his turn, because he found a monster. He's now going back to player 2. So just going to move this over. Player 2 is really in a tight spot now. So he's going to kick down his door, hope for something good. And he gets a level 12 Grandfather Frost. Grandfather Frost. So now he would be able to defeat this, but player 1 is really in an advantageous spot, and he wants to keep that advantage. So what does Grandfather Frost do? It's another Santa monster, and he's cold as ice. Fire and flame items are +3 against him. Frostbite. You can use only one hand's worth of items. A wishing ring can be used to remove this restriction. That's Grandfather Frost. So player 2 has 5 plus... He has 19 attack compared to this Grandfather Frost. So what player 1's going to do is going to use... Well, you know what? I don't really like you, so I'm going to use the Potion of Pound Fusion, as well as the Pretty Balloons, which give Grandfather Frost +8. So now Grandfather Frost has 8 plus. He has 21. No, 20 attack compared to player 1's 20. So now player 1's got to do something. So look at his hand, see what he even can do. He can't do. He has warrior and moon maiden. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna try to use the bard. Uses the bard? No, he doesn't use the bard. Sorry, the bard is still there. He uses the bard's ability. So what the bard's ability does is enthrall. He can discard 1 card. He doesn't need the warrior since bards are better, in my opinion. Still. And he's going to roll a dice. Well, if he was a warrior, which you can't change your class in battle, but if he was a warrior, he could have won. So they're both going to roll a dice. Player 1 rolled a 2. And player 2 rolled a 2. So they roll again. They roll again. Player 1 rolls a 6. Player 2 rolls a 4. So that's done over with. Player 2 has to run away. His chicken steed carries him to victory.